We are back with a brand new edition, of course. Did you guys miss me? We're going a little au natural with the lip color today. What up, Ray? Because I feel like it. I did not feel like putting on lip color today. But today's a fantastic day, okay? I miss you too, Gish. What up, Jackie girlfriend? So I just want to let you know, thank you. And it gives me like a cooling breeze. Bevy, why would you try to call me, girl? You out of all people know my schedule. And besides, funny enough, I was actually going to call you 10 minutes ago. But today is an amazing day, okay? An amazing day because you know what? You wake up every day and what do you say? Today's going to be a great day. Great things are coming my way today. And they did. The best thing about, thank you, Ray. The best thing about manifesting is getting your shit. And getting things exactly how you want it to be. Oh, sorry, buddy. I was out shopping this morning. I need blackout curtains, bitch. Okay, you need blackout curtains in your life, in a bedroom. So I went and got those, and I had to go get some groceries because I think I want like a sandwich, you know? And I like pastrami. But full manifestation came yesterday. So you can always turn things around, okay? You guys need to understand that. You should never settle for shit when you can turn it around, okay? And we're going to get into that on really stepping into your power. But I didn't even introduce myself. You know, when you get your shit, don't you realize that you like have an increase in energy? What up, Cindy girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? So there's that. My name is Jen, obviously. I am your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else in your life to work in your favor, including words coming out of people's fucking mouths. It's a superpower of mine. I hope you guys did your homework last night so we can get your main affirmation to you. Patriot vibes. I'm going to address you in one quick second, so hang on for a sec, okay? I manifested my boyfriend from no contact to living with me in only 4 weeks, and I've managed to master cutting down that time in fucking half. So I'm here to help you do the same, and I'm good at it, okay? The amount of people I've helped manifest their SPs back, it doesn't even compare to those who have been teaching this shit for years, okay? Because I know what works. Angela, what were you, sleeping on a goddamn rock? So if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio. Also, we have SP, we will rewrite your SP story, curate custom affirmations for you, and a song which is lit about your SP that's going to be your wedding song, by the way. And also, we have decided we also offer the same services for self-concept and gutter trash. What I mean? And gutter trash. That's the important part, okay? So if you want to eliminate gutter trash, we will actually write you a gutter trash story and curate you a gutter trash song, which I actually listened to one, and one was freaking amazing, okay? Also, if you want me to manifest gutter trash right about your scene, I will, well, I'm good at it. We'll just talk about the obvious, okay? What up, Lex girlfriend? Good morning. And so we now offer that. So you just have to let me know, okay? So when we jump on a call, just bet it's gutter trash. Okay, cool, sick. We'll manifest gutter trash right about your fucking story in your life. Okay? Okay. So we also have text coaching, WhatsApp group. You should join the WhatsApp group because there you'll be inspired by all that shit, okay? We talk mainly about SPs around here. If you don't like it, scroll to the next live. I don't really care. But it's not exclusive to SPs, okay? If you have any questions about your SP, drop it down below because I'm here to happy to elaborate and to answer it for you. But I only teach on things I've successfully manifested, which luckily for you has been a shit ton of stuff, okay? So I got my start in the manifestation community by doing weight loss, okay? I lost over 100 pounds in less than 11 months, no diet, no exercise. So there's that part. I've also manifested money, business success, appearance change, health, all that shit. So I'm here to help you do what you do. Bevy, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I misread that. Her DMs are closed until after the live. But Bevy's DMs are only available if you are a client of ours, okay? Because she actually gives you real advice, her and Tamara, okay? But their DMs are only available for you exclusively if you're a client of ours. If you're not, don't trip. They still give you advice in the WhatsApp group. It just stays there so other people can benefit, okay? Okay. We also have a friendly contest every day here. It's hot. It's hot but gloomy here. We also have a contest every day on on TikTok that if you share this live or repost this live, then you'll be entered to win some amazing prizes. Okay. Also, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, I always put them on the tube of the U. So while you're there, subscribe, watch them, but most importantly, implement, because that's what this is all about. Alrighty. Now, before I ramble into things that I hope will really help you, because it's all about how you see yourself, okay? Honestly. And what okay, look at the saying here before I answer questions, okay? Look at this saying here is, what the fuck was the saying? It will come back to me. It will come back to me. Your truth will set you free. That saying, I try to tie back so you guys understand where these fucking sayings come from in the first place, but your truth will set you free is because your truth is your truth. That's it. There is no other way, right? It's like, I know what I know. I know who I am. I know who I am. I know what I have to offer. I know, like I've got that confidence level within myself, but also, I know what my shit is going to be. So I don't need to stress. I don't need to worry. I don't need to do none of that shit because I know my truth. And as long as I know my truth, it manifests quickly. Because your truth is your truth. Oh, Patriot vibes. Let me talk to you real quick. So the one thing that you're going to tell yourself is this is all like, I always get what I want. Everything always goes my way. This is working out. This worked out. It all worked out even better than I expected. It all worked out even better than I expected. It all worked out even better than I expected. I always get what I want. Everything always goes my way. It all worked out even better than I expected. Okay? And then regardless of the outcome, in a couple days, you persist forward. It all worked out even better than I expected because you are not in control of the how. You can technically control the how, okay? You can, but there's a level of discipline involved in controlling the how, okay? But why? Why control the how when you could just let it happen naturally, right? Because until you get on board with the how, you'd have to let it unfold naturally. And that's the fun part, is the excitement or the mystery of how it will unfold. But you need to know that this is all working out even better than expected. Flashy, okay? This is all working out even better. This all worked out even better than I expected. This all worked out even better than I expected because it will work out even better than you expected because that's what you're telling yourself. Okay, what you tell yourself is very, very powerful over and over and over again. And then, acting like an adult and disciplining yourself. That's what this takes, okay? It's, what people think I teach around here, Angela, what was yesterday's homework? Yesterday's homework was that I wanted you to go back in your mind palace. I wanted you to tell me what they said at the time of breakup. I don't need a fucking novel. Okay. But what did they say at the time of breakup? Because we're going to flip it. Okay. Because they already gave you the leverage. So we're going to flip it. And then that becomes your most dominant affirmation because that's the leverage, right? They've already told you what the problem was. So they've told you how to get them back. So when you flip it to benefit you and say, okay, thank you for the answer I needed. And then that becomes your most dominant thought process. That becomes your most dominant affirmation, what you tell yourself, right? Then that becomes true. Right? Because here's the thing. This is where affirming gets people fucked up. Okay. It's like you're affirming in steps. Yes. Or you're affirming living, whatever you're affirming for. Okay. personally believe manifesting back in steps if you're stuck. However, how do you accelerate the process? You accelerate the process by taking what they said as feedback, flipping that thought to work in your favor. Okay, so it's like, okay, well, this is their problem, which it's not their problem. This is where I went wrong in my thoughts. So cool, sick. Then, or maybe it is their problem. It doesn't even matter. But it's like, cool, well, I'm going to leverage that then. And I'm going to flip it and tell a different story. And so allow me to clarify their mind. That's how you have to look at it. Like, let me clarify their mind for them. And so now you have your most dominant affirmation that is what they've already told you. We just look for the positive, the silver lining in it. And now they start to conform much faster because this was their hiccup. And until you tell a different story, right? This is where people get stuck in old story, right? Until you tell a different story, until you change the outcome, you can affirm, but why not? But the problem is you need to change what their problem is in the relationship so that one, it doesn't happen again, and two, they conform quicker because you have changed what their actual problem was because they've already told you what the problem was. So while you're here guessing and all this shit, like, how do I fix this? Oh, well, they said this, and you keep dwelling on it. Because that's the problem, is you keep dwelling on what they said instead of saying, okay, I'm going to flip what they said to benefit me. And then it turns around. That's how this works. And I've discovered that. I did not do that at first. The first time. I did not do that. So it doesn't mean it doesn't work? No, of course not. But how do you accelerate? How do you speed that shit up? Good, Lindsay. Don't you love it when your SP's in your dream? I had a weird dream last night. My boyfriend was in my dream, but it was a good dream. It was just like, like that's where you can't decipher dreams because it's like, it's a good dream, but half that shit don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Please don't put that shit into ChatGPT. Biscuits and gravy. What do you recommend when you feel tired? I recommend you relax, right? What do you do when you feel tired in general, right? You relax, okay? So you need to relax because the only reason why you would feel tired is if you're looking at this like a job, okay? You're putting too much pressure on it. You are overanalyzing things, okay? Did I affirm all the time? At first, yes, I did. But it was to discipline my mind, okay? Because I was relentless. I was like, I'm going to do all the things because I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm going to discipline my mind, okay? Your SP said he didn't think we would work out, but wants to remain friends. Oh, no. So he absolutely wants nothing more. He absolutely knows that we're meant to be together. He absolutely knows that we are the perfect couple, that I'm the only one he wants. He absolutely knows this. He absolutely knows he wants a relationship with me. That is what he absolutely knows. He absolutely knows that what we have is perfect. He knows this. What does he know? Okay? That's the key here. When you flip what they told you at the time of breakup, then it's he knows or she knows this. Because that's how that works. Okay? So biscuits and gravy, if you're tired, lower the resistance, okay? Stop suffocating it. Stop putting pressure and looking at this like, I got to do this shit 24/7. Because like I said, if you guys would focus on making yourself feel better and assigning positive meaning to things that you want and focus on you, right? Because this is about you. Things change. Natalia Hart's music. My SP once told me he was emotionally unavailable and couldn't do the boyfriend thing. Well, he's very emotionally available to you now. He knows that he wants nothing more than to be emotionally available. He cannot fight his feelings for you anymore. He knows that he's nothing but emotionally available to you and absolutely wants to be your boyfriend. Absolutely wants to be in a relationship with you, period. Okay? So yeah, learn from this, guys. Take notes. Notice the trends, okay? It's like, it's real easy. Flip it. but he just stopped talking to you. Okay, well, he knows now that he absolutely wants nothing more than to be with you. He knows that the only thing that feels right to him is being with you, is you being together. Okay? Because they don't just, you have to go back a little bit, okay? Because, and where's your thought process? Because people in relationships don't just stop talking to you, okay? And not end things, okay? So go a little bit further back, Stacy. But that's what I would do, is I would tell yourself, like, yeah, he knows now that he absolutely wants to be with me. And he knows exactly how he feels about me. And he knows now that he absolutely wants to be with me. Okay? Yeah, you're not mentally drained, okay? It's not mentally drained. It's you're trying too hard, but then you're reacting to the 3D, okay? You're seeing the 3D is not reflecting what I want, so I'm mentally drained because I've been doing this shit because you're focused on the time. I've been doing this shit for a long time. I've been doing all the things, this, that, and the third. And like I just made a video that will be released tomorrow in my blue shirt. I just made a video right now of what I told you is your inner conversations and your affirmations have to align together. They have to work together. If they're opposing, that's not going to work. It's like fighting each other. Look at that. Nakia. Snaps for Nakia. Her man finally apologized to her last night after a month of them not getting along. Now, here's the thing though. You have to evolve, okay? So you have to know where you're going wrong, okay? And you have to break the patterns, okay? You have to break the patterns. You can't let history keep repeating itself, okay? You can't let history keep repeating itself. Okay, so break the pattern. My SP said his situation with gutter trash was unresolved and he was emotionally unavailable. Oh, well, no. He absolutely has completely moved on from her. Okay, he's absolutely completely moved on from her. In fact, she's gone away for good. And he is 100%, he knows now that he's 100% ready to be totally emotionally available to me. He knows he's emotionally available to me right now because he's completely completely moved on and resolved his situation with her. He's moved on from it. He's completely moved on from it. And he's completely over it. Okay, you have to see that. Because as long as you hold on to him saying the only reason why he said that is because you were questioning how he felt about gutter trash ending. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, you have to see it being resolved because you have listened to him or seen how he reacted after, and you're letting that control your thoughts. So nope, he's completely moved on. He has no feelings about the issue whatsoever. Yeah, it's a thing of his past. He's ready to move forward. He's completely ready to move forward with you. He knows this. He knows he's ready to move forward and have an amazing relationship with you because he knows now that you're the only one he wants to be with, bitch. Yes. I love our relationship. You're an amazing woman. I love our relationship, but you need... Oh, I almost muted Miss Lungs. I hate the fucking down button. But you need to fix the parts of you. You need to fix the parts that you know. Yes, so he now sees that I am perfect. He knows that I am perfect for him. He knows that we're perfect together. We have the best relationship and he knows it. He knows that I am that I am absolutely perfect and that I have fixed and that I have no problems. You have to see yourself as being perfect. You have to tell yourself that he is, that he sees you as absolutely perfect for him and wants nothing more than to be with you because he sees that you've completely changed. Oh, for fuck's sake, Tiana. You've named your ego Linda and have told her to shut the fuck up 40 times today, every time negativity creeps in. Okay. I don't know who the fuck is going around the internet teaching people about an ego being like something out. It's okay, to be quite, let's be frank. That's fucking stupid. Okay, and Tiana, this is not towards you, this is in society in general, is the term ego has been completely distorted in the manifestation community, where they now think that like they've now trained the manifestation community to think that like ego is a fucking is a person. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah. I know a lot of people that have a name for their ego. And it's like, that's cool. That's cool at all. But do you know the definition of an ego? It's not like, that's called alter ego. Okay, AKA split personality. That's literally like, what the fuck is that? Okay, no, your ego is your amigo. Okay, your ego is confidence. It's how you see yourself. Okay, this is a confidence thing. That's an ego. Okay, an ego is that I'm the baddest bitch. That's an ego. I don't know where in the manifestation community they've redefined ego as in like something that works against you. No, that's called shallow. That's what that is. Okay, an ego there's always movement, tail feather. If you keep going, it'll push out into your 3D. But when it pushes out into your 3D, it pushes out quickly. It does. Because there's been movement going on so many times behind the scenes. No, it's not. It's absolutely not. Okay? It's not an interfere. Like, that's not an ego. Okay? Like, an ego is supposed to be a confidence booster, right? Where it's like your ego is your amigo. There's certain people that have inflated egos. Okay? There's a difference between a healthy ego and an unhealthy ego. So an unhealthy ego is a lot of creators, right? Where it's like they think they're the baddest bitch and you are a piece of shit. Like you're just a number to them. They don't really give a fuck. If you were to message them, they're not going to message you back. Like they don't really care. Okay. Because they see you as beneath them. That's an unhealthy ego. Okay. A healthy ego is where it's like you are a bad bitch and you see that within yourself. But you don't put people down in the process, right? To make yourself feel better. Because that's projection. Okay, perception is projection. No. The negative thoughts in your mind, you don't create negative thoughts in your mind out of fear. Okay, you could, to be quite frank, it's not out of fear. It's something you've been doing naturally your entire life. Okay. Is our mind is trained to go to the what ifs, the negative. And the reason for that is because consciously when we do that, we think it's a protector, okay? It's a protection mechanism. So we'll think negative thoughts people will be like affirming and be like, he's going to contact me today. He's going to contact me today. But then he doesn't contact. They're like, oh, well, that's okay because, I just know he's busy and I know he's busy and he just doesn't have time right now, right? And they start justifying things because they think it's going to make themselves feel better to protect their feelings. But at the end of the day, it doesn't protect your feelings, right? You still feel like shit when it doesn't happen, okay? So negative thoughts is something that you've been having on autopilot all the time. And so when you change, so this is where when you're consciously aware now of the negative thoughts, you start to flip them because you have to reprogram yourself to stop doing what you have done automatically your entire life. The what ifs, worst case scenarios, right? Seeing things in a negative way, assigning negative meaning to things, right? I mean, this is something that's you've just been doing. So now you have to retrain yourself. And so that's where people want to sit there and distort the fucking term ego like it's some kind of villain within inside of you. What the fuck are you talking about? No, it's not. You have to have a level of an ego, right? Like I said, the term for ego is called fucking confidence. How you see yourself. That's an ego. Okay? Negative thoughts are exactly that. I don't know what kind of term they want to apply to define negative thoughts, but it's called negative fucking thoughts. That's all it's called. Like, so, you know, it's kind of like, they'll be out there. A lot of creators are like, I am. I was like, that's called a fucking identity. I don't know why you're trying to coin some fucking term, you know, and try and call it something else. Or like conscious manifesting. No, you're not consciously creating shit. You're becoming consciously aware of what you're creating. But if you're consciously creating things, that's called forcing the 3D, right? Because you're consciously doing things in your 3D. You're consciously reacting to things. You're doing, that's forcing the 3D, that's reacting, right? It's not, but at the same time, it's still not manifesting. You're subconsciously manifesting. That's the only way you manifest. So they want to sit there and coin the term conscious manifestation. What the fuck are you talking about? It's called consciously aware of what you're manifesting. You're becoming consciously aware of your thoughts. You're becoming consciously aware of how you're reacting. You're becoming consciously aware of your 3D and how you can change it. You're becoming consciously aware that you're in control of your reality. It's all conscious awareness. So as much as they want to sit there and coin some fucking random ass term, all they're doing is confusing you, you know? Because you're not the only one. There's a lot of people that are like, my ego's Cynthia. And I was like, your ego has a name? And how is that like, I was like, that's called a split personality. I mean, what do you want to call it? It's called an alter ego. You'll be just fine. Flip your negative thoughts. Focus on the positive. You wouldn't have so many negative thoughts. This is what I keep telling you guys. How do you get rid of negative thoughts? How do you at least diminish them, okay? We're not going to say that, like, you're never going to have a negative thought in your entire life. That's fucking stupid, okay? Like, but how do you diminish them and have them be less frequent and have them be, like, not all the time? It's simply how you see yourself. It's knowing who you are. Okay? All right, JW, I'll message you back. You know what I'm saying? It's how you see yourself. It's knowing who the fuck you are. That's an ego. But that also diminishes a lot of negative thoughts because it's like, excuse me, I'm the goddamn fucking prize. I know who I am. I know what I have to offer to a relationship, period. So like, what do I need to worry about? Why do I need to question if they're coming back? They know who I am. And I know who the fuck I am. I'm unforgettable, bitch. I'm that chick. I know what I bring to the table. I know what kind of girlfriend I am, and I don't need anyone to tell me that. I know who the fuck I am. I know I'm a good ass person. So that's why when people try to tear you down, it doesn't bother you because you know who the fuck you are. Like, I'm a good ass person. So if anyone wants to sit there and act like I'm not, then that just tells me everything I need to know. You don't know me, obviously. Obviously. You know, I've had somebody, my brother. My brother tries to, like, deflate my ego. That don't work. A lot of people try to do that shit, and that don't work. Because I know who the fuck I am. So whatever you got to say out of your mouth doesn't bother me. You know, you guys see people on here will try to say certain things. Do you think I bet an eyelash after that shit when I get off live? No. Do you think I give it any more attention? No. Do you think I let it affect who I am? No. Do you think I let it take no. Not at all. And you will find that you feel better, but your negative thoughts start to go away. They start to dissipate, especially when it comes to your SP. Okay? You're no longer in your feelings about the shit. You're no longer thinking so negatively on autopilot over and over and over again. Why? Because you know who the fuck you are. You know what kind of girlfriend you are. You know what you have to offer your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, society in general. You know what I'm saying? And they see it too. It's magnetic. It's contagious. Which is why you always win. In your reality, you always get what you want. You will always get your SP back. Why? Because you know who the fuck you are. And no one can take it from you. That's what they can't stand. when I'm referring to gutter trash and shit, you know what I mean? So, Ren, what the fuck are you talking about? You filled up. Stop saying that. I feel you. You feel what, bitch? Because you are on fire, okay? You are on fire. So stop engaging with that nonsense, okay? Stop doing that. I can't wait to work with you too, Cindy. Can we get revision on SP? We didn't fall out. We had just started talking. But we fell out of conversation. Good to see Joanna. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, yes, you can. Okay. Long story short, I'm not a huge visualizer, and I've never quite understood how visual revision works. Okay, because to me, how do you undo a scene? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you revise visualization wise? Okay, like people will be like, visualize, revision. But how do you change something? Like, how do you revise a breakup in your mind, visualizing as if the shit never happened? You know what I'm saying? Is my subconscious mind like getting what I'm putting down here? It's just supposed to be another day. Yes. Do you still get anxious in the process? It depends, because it's a label you're giving yourself, Nakia. Okay. So it's like, you always want to be, you still get anxious in the process. Is that bad? It's not bad. I won't put negative assumptions within you. It's not bad, but it's something you need to work on. Okay. Because if you know it's your shit, what are you anxious about? You know what I'm saying? If you know how this plays out, then what are you anxious about? So I would change the label you're giving it, because anxious is a feeling. It's not emotion. Okay. And so a lot of times this is why people get diagnosed with anxiety. Okay. Or not even diagnosed. They just start identifying themselves with having anxiety. Like no diagnosis needed. But the only reason for that is because they're not distinguishing the difference between feelings. Okay. They're putting a label on it that doesn't benefit them. So instead of saying that I get anxious, thanks, Fearless. Oh yeah, by the way, starting this Saturday, it will be our first super fan live, where I'm going to give an exclusive live directly after this live for only super fans. So sign up. Okay. Also, I have had a talk with my team, and some things that I offer, they feel are low priced, like my hypnosis recordings. Not coaching, don't even worry about that shit, bitch. I'm not talking about the coaching sessions, okay? But like the digital products, my hypnosis recordings and stuff, those prices will be going up this week. So the prices will be going up, not like astronomically. Don't get your panties in a bunch. But if you want to secure yours, then you might want to do that now before the prices go up when I get around to it. Okay? It's on my to-do list. Okay. Look at my to-do list, guys. It's getting quite long, and it's still a progress. But I did manage to knock 2 things off. Betty would be so proud of me. I just haven't linked them yet. Okay, so the hypnosis recordings and the hypnosis audios and stuff will be going up. I forgot they were only $7. So you might want to pick yours up now. Just say. Songs too, they are amazing. Okay, different things. So you might want to get in on it now. Okay? Okay. But so anxiety, you have to understand that because you don't have 55,000 feelings, okay? But we have 55,000 labels for the same goddamn feeling. Okay? So this is where when I was working for a China manufacturer many moons ago, I always asked him, I said, your language looks very hard to learn. Because, the symbols and stuff. He goes, no, the hardest language to learn is English. I was like, how the fuck is that the hardest language to learn? And he's like, because you guys have a word for fucking everything. And I started thinking about it. I said, that's true. We have 55 words to describe shit. Let's be frank. Right? How many words do we use to describe poop? Right? So he's like, you guys have a word for everything. Like, we call it potato, but you've got baked potato, mashed potato, potatoes au gratin, right? Like, all that shit. He's like, so your language is the hardest to learn because you have 50 million words to describe one goddamn substance. Like, we call it cow, but you got 55,000 pieces of a cow. I was like, huh. I never thought about it that way. Same thing with emotions, right? So when you say, I feel anxious about it, you need to tell yourself something different. So instead of anxious feeling, just like nervous feeling, is the same feeling as excitement. It's the same exact feeling, okay? But it's the label you give it that changes the meaning of it for you, okay? So to start telling yourself, like, I'm super excited because my manifestation is here, bitch. Like, I know we're getting back together and I'm so excited about it, right? Because you change that label. Kind of like my daughter. She had me screwed all the way up when we went to the Incredicoaster. She used to crack me up because she's fine going on roller coasters. Like, you can put her up, she can go upside down the whole bit if it's in the dark. But when it's not in the dark, she freaks out. Okay? She used to. And so we were waiting in line for the Incredicoaster, and that line is long as fuck. Okay? And we get closer to the front. She's been seeing the whole thing the whole time. We get closer to the front. She's like, she starts having a meltdown, like a complete meltdown. And I was like, I'm that type of mom that's like, you're going to melt down on the goddamn ride because if you think I waited in this line for a long ass time and then we're just going to walk to the other side of the coaster and go out the exit, no, you got me screwed up. You're about to cry the entire time on the roller coaster. Suck it up, buttercup. Push through the fear. So it's the same with fear. It's the same thing. It's the same emotion. It's the same feeling, excuse me. And so I told her, I said, honey, what you're feeling right now it's not scared. It's not fear. It's not nervous. It's excitement. I said, that's what you're feeling right now. It's the same feeling. She had the best time. She goes, okay, it's excitement. Okay. She had the best time. The best time on that roller coaster. Now she loves roller coasters. Except for one, when we go to Disney World, which is one of my favorites, but that's fine. But everything else, she loves them because she changed the label, the meaning she gave it. So you need to start changing the meaning that you're giving things instead of like, I'm scared. No, bitch, I'm thrilled. It's the same fucking feeling. Okay? That's what people don't realize is we don't have like endless feelings. But we have endless labels. We get that shit. My mom is so controlling. I share her sentiments. Talia. I used to, actually. She talks to me like I'm a dog constantly. How should I manifest her talking to me? Okay, so I ran into this issue when it came to my mom. And when I say ran into this issue when it came to my mom, I kept telling myself that my mom's fucking nosy. Because she would do nosy ass shit. Like, she would do nosy things. Like, how are you going to bring my mail over and my bank mail is the only one you opened? You know? Or she'd be like, I saw that you went to the grocery store today. I know where I went. Why are you telling me I went to the grocery store? I'm well aware I went to the grocery store. Thank you. You know, so she would do shit like that. And I was like, she's fucking nosy. Like, she's so nosy. And so because of that, it amplified. Like, she was nosy about everything. Like nothing snaked by her. She got nosy as fuck. And I was like, oh no, this isn't working. I was like, I said, I need to change my assumption about my mom, but it's not a pressing matter until it became a pressing goddamn matter. So, when it came a pressing, and same with controlling, right? Is she used to, she hated when I would tell her, like, Mom, I'm 40, right? And she'd be like, why do you keep telling me you're an adult? I said, then stop. Because you're doing nothing. Then treat me like one. I wouldn't have to fucking tell you and remind you I'm a goddamn grown-ass woman who pays my own bills. Okay, so I wouldn't have to tell you ask that if you would treat me like that, right? And so, but nothing changed. So it wasn't until I started telling myself something different, right? Like me and my mom have a great relationship. We have a great relationship. In fact, she lets me like be me. You know, she's not the opposite of controlling. What's the opposite of fucking controlling? She lets me be an adult. She lets me live my life, right? She like literally lets me live my life. She's not controlling at all. Like she is, she lets me do my thing, right? She minds her own business. Is that what controlling is? Yeah. She lets me make my own choices, right? Start describing her differently and she will show up differently. She'll change very quickly, okay? Me and my mom, we're back to having a great relationship. Do you want to know how long it took? Because we weren't talking. Like if I talked to my mom, I had to cap it. Like I should have set an alarm. Okay, where if I talked to her beyond a minute, it would end with her hanging up on me. Like, because I'm very, as you guys can see, vocal, right? But we internalize. We don't verbalize. We internalize, right? So I started doing that on my mom. And I started just saying something different and then listening to her to be listening to her. Because everything's feedback. Our relationship turned around in 48 hours. Totally different. Totally different. Where we talk now, we don't argue at all anymore on the phone. There's no attitudes on the phone. None of that. Now there's one slight adjustment because, of course, you know, this is always an ongoing it's always an ongoing process. Okay, you always need to refine. So there's a little adjustment, like a little tweak that I need to make to my for my mom. But well, 2 tweaks actually. No, one tweak that I need to make. Other than that, we have an amazing relationship, complete turnaround, very very fast. So that's what I would recommend for you. You have to tell a different story. Okay, she treats me great. She treats me like a fucking daughter. Okay. Like we have the best relationship. We literally have the best relationship. She talks to me with nothing but respect, where, you know, and just describe her differently and she'll change. And the cool thing is with a lot of family members is you don't have to, that doesn't take a lot of pressure, if you will. Like you don't, like it's not a job. Okay. Like you could literally tell yourself about your mom, like twice a day. And have her conform in like 24, 48 hours. Because it's not like a super pressing matter to you, you know what I'm saying? Unless it is. But even if it was, it's like, it's something that you can literally change super quick when it comes to your mom. Lisa with the butterfly. Sleep hypnosis works. So hypnosis can be done at any time of the day. Okay. It's like a guided meditation. Usually people listen to while they go to sleep, right? And then it plays while they sleep. Sleep hypnosis, on the other hand, you can do it at any time of the day. Okay. If you fall asleep during it, it doesn't matter. It still works. Okay. But what it does is it puts you in a hyper relaxed state, a daydream state. So where the experience to me is, something that's, so we used to do this thing where in NLP, where master practitioner, where you can actually become stiff as a board, where literally your neck and your head are on one chair and you're below your knees, like your feet are on another chair. That's it. Don't go and try and do this on your fucking own, for the love of Christ, because you can't do it, okay? You can't be like, you know, it's like one of those light as a feather, stiff as a board, right? This is where those things come from. There's actually a technique we could do when we do a retreat, when we meet in person, we'll do it. We'll do it because it's actually very cool, but it takes 3 people. It takes 3 people because we have to put your ass on that shit. We have to put your ass on the chair because you're standing up, okay? You're literally standing up, and then it takes 3 people to lean you back and put just your shoulder blades and your head on a chair, and then your feet on the other chair, but you're stiff as a board. It's a really cool process. I freaked out. This is how powerful, this is how it works regardless, because I freaked out because I was like 220 pounds. I was like, is this really going to work though? It fucking did. It did. It's an awesome experience. But what's interesting about hypnosis, if you're awake when you do this, right? Well, you're awake always when you do hypnosis, unless you fall asleep. But it puts you in a hyper relaxed state, a daydream state. So it's like you can hear them talking, but you can't hear what they're saying. It's like you can hear somebody talking, right? It's kind of like when you space out and you're like looking out the window, or you're spacing out, like you could hear someone talking, but you can't actually hear what's being said. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of stuff, because what happens is it puts your conscious mind, it rests your, I know it's easy to do that, baby. It rests your conscious mind, and it lowers your critical factor, which accepts or rejects it accepts or rejects what goes into your subconscious mind. And the suggestions go directly into your subconscious mind. So it automatically rewires your subconscious mind. So there's no like repetition involved. That's where hypnosis is powerful. So this is where people will try to stop smoking, and then they'll go have a hypnosis session and never touch a cigarette again. Yeah. Because contrary to popular belief, in NLP, they used to tell me that the reason why smoking is addictive is not because of the nicotine, but apparently there's a shit ton of sugar in a cigarette. That's what they said. And I was like, actually, in my little brief stint in the slammer, I was fighting my case. I realized it's not any of that. That's the addictive nature. It's actually not. It's not the nicotine. It's not the sugar and the tobacco. It's none of that shit. What they're addicted to, if you want to, I don't even like the term addiction, to be quite frank, but what they're used to is this. Hand to mouth. Because in the slammer, in the county, they give you golf pencils. Like, who the fuck is writing with a golf pencil? And they used to always make me cut. They always wanted me to cut my nails down. I'm like, fuck you. But you have to, because you can't do fingerprints. Anyway, my hands are dry too, by the way. Anyway, so they would, no, they're not. They're so moist, which they are. They just look dry. But anyway, it's the hand to mouth, because in there, you knew who the smokers were, because they would use the golf pencils and fiddle-faddle them in their fingers and literally act like they're smoking when they're not smoking, obviously. So that's actually the addiction, to be quite frank. See how much I educate you guys? Yes, Eva, you need to stop worrying about this shit because you control it. All worked out even better than I expected. That's right, Monique. Anything for feeling old. I was on survival mode for years, and now I'm 37 and feel so old. Really, biscuits and gravy? You're like, I'm 37, I feel so old. I was like, you're fucking ancient, bitch. I'm just kidding. Yeah, tell yourself something different, okay? Because here's the thing. If by telling yourself, okay, remember, language is everything, okay? And the things that you say and how you say it and what you tell yourself are very important. So remember, if you feel old, your body must respond accordingly. Okay? So if you feel old, then your body is going to start to deteriorate. Doesn't matter how old you actually are. Like, you can be like 20. But if you're like, I feel old. This is the worst thing, like when birthdays, when they're like 50 is like what? Over the hill. All that shit. Because by telling yourself that you feel old, your body will start to age itself because you feel old. Okay, age is nothing but a number. which is why some people are in wheelchairs at the age of 70 and other people are walking around town like they've got nothing wrong with them at 90. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, you need to start telling yourself something different. Like, I have never looked a day over 20 and I feel fucking great. I literally have never looked a day over 20 and I feel great. I feel young all over again. Right? I feel like a teenager. Probably not, but like an early adult. You know what I mean? So you want to tell yourself that instead, that you feel young again, right? I've never felt a day over 20. I literally have never felt a day over 20. And I look amazing. Okay, because that will change and basically anti-age yourself. Okay, this is a problem with anti-aging cream and all that stupid shit. None of that's necessary. You just need to tell yourself something different, and you can literally reverse age yourself. This is why I laugh when idiots want to talk about my age. I was like, if that's the only thing you want to talk about, if that's the only thing you got to talk, if that is the only thing you have to say when it comes to me, I'm doing fucking amazing, because you know what? I look damn good for my age. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. And you know why though? Because I always tell myself that, like, I look damn good for my age as long as I keep getting carded for alcohol, bitch. Yeah, like, what the fuck? That's right. I get carded for all kinds of shit. I can't even go buy an e-cig without getting carded. Unless it's from the smoke shop I usually go to. But if it's anywhere else, oh yeah, they card me for everything. And then they want to question because I'm waiting for my real ID. How the fuck does my mom get hers in like a week? And me, it's been like a month and a half and I just ain't got mine. And we went the same goddamn time. But I'm still waiting for it. So I have my paper one and my expired license. And half of the times they're like, can we accept this? I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah. So you can talk about my age all you want, but age is nothing but a number. And as long as I keep getting carded for shit, I look damn fucking good. Why? Because I ain't never looked a day over 20, bitch, and I feel amazing. I have never felt better. Yeah, tell yourself that. This is why I get so behind in the comments, because it takes me like 55 years to explain one goddamn thing. Flashy, I hope you're doing better. Okay? I hope you're doing better. Persist forward. Only persist forward. Do not let the 3D react. Do not let the 3D control your thoughts. You guys need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop letting the 3D control your thoughts. Your thoughts need to control the 3D. Period. Period. Discipline yourselves. Discipline yourselves. This is why I always get my shit, because I discipline myself. Am I perfect? No. Do things, do negative things manifest in my life? Yeah, I'm not perfect. Okay. But I have the discipline to be like, oh, well, that wasn't the vibe. This is feedback. Say, I do nothing different than what I teach you guys how to do. Like, I don't tell you one thing and then hold the key to myself and then just do the opposite. Like, I don't do that shit. I don't even have the brain capacity to be like, what should I tell them? And then hold to myself. I talk too goddamn much. That wouldn't even work. But I have the discipline. So I look at it and I'm like, oh, well, that wasn't what I wanted. Didn't necessarily see that coming, right? Where did I go wrong in my thoughts here? Because everything's feedback. So I go into investigator mode. And I'm like, wait a minute. Where did I go wrong here? And then what was said? Okay, cool, sick. I got this. And then I push forward, which is why, since I became consciously aware of what I'm manifesting, right? Like, I did weight loss and everything, but I didn't think of it as manifestation. Okay, I was doing subconscious mind work. Okay, NLP. I was doing subconscious mind work, and I did that for business success and weight loss. And I was like, well, then what the fuck? Why can't I do that shit for what the hell's the difference? Once I learned about law of assumption, right? And I was like, well, that makes sense because your beliefs are at the hierarchy of change. Your beliefs, which is why I think that anybody saying you're consciously creating is full of shit, because your beliefs are stored in the subconscious mind. There's that part. And they're at the hierarchy of change. They're not at the top of change. The top of change is identity. It's how you see yourself. That's the hierarchy of change. But beliefs are right there below it. Okay? But they're stored in the subconscious mind. So I said, okay, so that makes sense. So then now let me go ahead and reverse engineer. So since I consciously became aware of manifestation, and because I'm petty and wanted to speed shit up, so I was like, well, how the fuck can I leverage everything I know when it comes to law of assumption? How can I basically blend the two, right? So how can I take, fuck law of attraction, but how can I take law of assumption and blend it, combine it with subconscious mind work? Okay. And how can I blend the two together? And so that's where I found the leverage. Okay. That's where I was like, oh, okay, I can leverage this. I can leverage that, which is why I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption, because it's about leveraging, not following, because they're only telling you half of the piece. Okay. And that's not necessarily their fault. It's just because they don't know. Because they don't know how the subconscious mind works, because that's not their background. So because of that, they're only giving you half of the equation. So that's where we leverage. And I know how to do that because I've done it. But when I consciously became aware, I was like, my boyfriend was the first thing I did. And I was like, okay, so I could do this shit in 4 weeks. Okay, sick. So that was on the first try. So what if I could do this faster? Right? And so I started manifesting other things on a time crunch by just throwing random shit out there, by doing other random things and just not worrying about it. Boom, pops up. Boom, pops up. Boom, pops up. Boom, pops up. Why? Because I didn't stress the shit. Because I've lived my life under the notion of I'm in the solution business. I'm not on the fucking cry about it business. I've always been that way. My brother has always told me he thinks it's a dig, and he thinks it's like it's supposed to hurt my goddamn fucking feelings. That's what he thinks. But it's a huge compliment. I'm like, joke's on you, buddy. But he's like, the one thing I can't stand about you is you always act like nothing's a big deal. Well, thank you. Because it's not. Because worrying about it, stressing about it, crying about it isn't going to get me my shit. It isn't going to change the outcome at all. When's the last time you worried to death about something and then felt better, first of all, at the end, and then all of a sudden it changed? It didn't change. Okay? Crying. When's the last time you laid in your bed and cried all day long and then everything worked itself out the next day? It doesn't. Okay? Things like that is not how it works. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that you can't go through those things and still manifest. That's not what I'm saying. But you end up flipping it, right? You end up flipping it. So if you're worrying about something, but then you flip it, you push through it, and you flip. Tell yourself something different. So therefore, yes, you still get your shit, even if you necessarily worried about it. But that's because you had to flip it. You had to tell yourself something different while you were battling your negative thoughts. Okay, but most people, they don't do that. They fucking they quiver in a ball, and all they do is get angry about shit, and they don't do anything about it. They just bitch. And then the next day, bitch. Blame. And then nothing gets resolved. They don't get their shit. Because they're doing nothing but being a victim and whining. Crying. Complaining. Reacting to the 3D. And when you do that, you cannot find a solution. Because I told you guys, the minute you do that, your subconscious mind's like, oh, so we're not at cause for this. This is not our fault. Okay, cool. Go to sleep. Right? We don't need to find a solution. If it's not our fault, then it's not our fault. But the minute you're like, this is feedback, somewhere I went wrong, you put yourself at cause now, and you have now empowered yourself. Okay, so then your subconscious mind goes, wait a minute. So this is our fault. This is something, this is feedback. So we're at cause for this. Okay, sick. Activate the RAS, okay, reticular activator system. Find a solution, find a solution, find a solution, find a way to fix this, find a way to fix this. Find the manifestation, find the manifestation, find the how, figure out the how we're going to get this shit. That's what happens, which is why I tell you to stop blaming your SPs for your shit. Stop blaming everybody for your shit. Stop blaming your boss for being in a toxic work environment. Stop blaming your friends for being an asshole. Stop blaming their family members for not liking you. Like, stop doing all that shit. Stop blaming everybody and start working on yourself. You have to evolve. Or don't. Or don't. And you tell me where that gets your ass. It's going to get you the same shit you don't like. You're welcome. I just answered that question for you. You don't even have to worry about what that's going to get you. I just told you. Not a goddamn thing. It's going to get you right back to square one. Over and over and over again. Who the fuck is trying to do that shit? I don't play checkers. I play chess. So checkmate, bitch. That's how you have to look at it. That needs to be your attitude. I play to win. I don't play games. I'm not a child. I'm not going to sit here and play Ring Around the fucking Rosie and play checkers. No, I'm going to play chess because I play to win. And anyone who wants to come between or wants to try to come between me and my manifestation, bye. Get out my way. You know, move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way. Y'all should be playing that song. That's right, Bevy. Wasn't my post on my story such an appropriate time? Flashy, you didn't totally bomb. Stop telling yourself that, okay? We'll talk. We will talk. But you did not bomb, okay? You did not bomb, okay? But what you did is assign, what you most likely did, should I say, is assigned negative meaning to that shit. That's right, baby. Manifestation is supposed to be fun, bitch. I thought that was an appropriate one to post, but I don't want to be too obvious. I put a second one. So, Flesh, you didn't bomb, okay? But what you did is you had a momentary reaction, okay? And that's common, okay? That's common. But what you have to do is you have to revert back, okay? You need to revert back to the progress you were making, and understand that just as quickly as somebody moves their shit out of your place, can move it all right back in. You know what I'm saying? That's how you have to look at it. As in, like, no, this is a fresh start. He doesn't even want that shit anyway. So this is a fresh start between us. Okay? And yeah, no, he's actually moving all his shit in now. He wants nothing more. I know exactly how he feels about me. I know he wants to be with me. Mm-hmm. And because just as quickly, because we'll talk. Oh yeah, because I was on the call with you when I had to cut our call abruptly short by 10 minutes. But you don't know why that is. I know, Flashy. I know. But I'm gonna help you out, sis. Okay? Because you don't know why I had to call my you don't know why I had to cut my call short. Okay? Because we didn't talk after that. But you'll know when we talk. So it's gonna help you accelerate the process. It's gonna help. I'm gonna lay it all out for you, a step-by-step plan for you, and it's gonna help you accelerate the process. Okay? Because you just need to remind yourself of it. You just don't remind yourself of this, but you need to look at it that way. Like, just as easy as somebody moves something out, they move something in. Doesn't even matter. Stay the path, and persist forward. Don't get down on yourself. You didn't do anything wrong, okay? You stop taking it personal. You didn't do anything wrong, okay? A natural unfolding of events has to take place. Literally, your birds before land is here. You need to persist forward because nothing can stop your manifestation. But like I've told people here, I've cracked the code on how to accelerate that shit quicker. And I got confirmation of that on our call, which is why I didn't answer, which is why I didn't come back in 5 minutes. Okay, so we'll talk. No, Ren, you do not have to focus on all your manifestation all day long, like 24/7. That sounds ridiculous, okay? What you need to understand, though, is that even though you don't have to actively manifest 24/7, you're still manifesting 24/7, okay? So, because remember, your subconscious mind does not sleep, okay? Only your conscious mind goes to sleep, okay? So even though you're not consciously doing it or actively doing it 24/7, you're still doing it 24/7. So you just need to pay attention to what you're doing 24/7. Obviously not 24/7 because you're fucking sleeping, bitch, okay? But you just need to be aware of where your thoughts are. You all need to be aware of your thoughts. And you should be tooting your own horn about fucking everything. Because, yeah, God, I wish I could tell you guys everything on here, but I can't, okay? But I can't. But I'm telling you, whatever meaning you give things, you're always right. Always right. Without any proof that you're right, it all boils down to the meaning you give yourself. The meaning you give things and the meaning you assign things. You're always right. You're literally always right. No matter what. No matter how crazy it might sound to you of the meaning that you're giving it. Or without having any confirmation at all. It doesn't even matter. You're always right. You are always right. And you'll get the confirmation, you'll be like, God damn, I was right. Yeah, you were. But you can throw so many random things out there in your life and watch it manifest. Throw some random shit out there in your life and watch how quickly it manifests because you didn't think about it again. I'm telling you. Stop. What up, Christine, girlfriend? You need to stop suffocating your shit. Huh, Christine? What are you talking about? Ow. Oh, something is in my eye. What are you talking about, Christine? Everything I'm manifesting for SP, someone else is offering it. Oh, I get it. But I don't even think of that person. You don't have to. You don't have to, Christine. Here's why everything that you're manifesting for SP, somebody else is offering. It is because you have a very different description of the person who's offering it than your SP. No, Ren. No. Okay. No, because we have random thoughts throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a job, or you're in school, right? You're not sitting here thinking about SP or, things like that. So no, you need to pay attention to your thoughts. Okay. Your thoughts don't need to be solely on what you're manifesting. You have many different thoughts throughout your day. You need to pay attention to them. So if you have a thought against what you're manifesting, you've changed that thought. Okay. But you don't have to sit there and just focus your attention 24/7 on what you're manifesting. No, you don't have to do that. Okay. Me personally, I like to just make sure I'm keeping my thoughts in check. Okay. So I don't sit there and have endless conversations in my mind all day long about what I'm manifesting. I don't have to sit there, and not anymore. Okay. I don't do that anymore. I don't have to sit there and affirm till I'm blue in the face for what I'm manifesting. What I do is keep my thoughts in check. What I do is make sure that I remain on that goddamn pedestal. What I do is make sure that I tell myself something different. Right? What I do is focus on being grateful for what. Okay, so here's where gratitude journaling gets distorted. Oh, let me finish this shit with you, Christine, first. The only reason why someone else is conforming instead of your SP is because you need to take a look at how you describe both people. Even though you're not thinking about that person, how would you naturally describe that person? What do you know about that person? Okay? What do you know about how they feel about you? Even if the feelings are not reciprocated, it doesn't matter. Okay? How do you know? What do you know about how they feel about you? How would you naturally describe them? Do you describe them as a good person, even though they're not somebody you want to be with? That's not the point. It's how do you see them though? So that's why, and you need to compare the two, and what do you expect from them? What do you know about them? How do you know how they feel about you? All that shit. And take an evaluation of the two. Compare and contrast, if you will. You'll notice there's a big difference. And so then what you do is take that description, everything that you know, and about how he feels about you and everything, into SP that you don't want, pop that shit right up into an SP that you do want. And then when you are saying things, say their name. Okay? You don't have to say their name for everything, okay? So you don't need to be like, Henry is so obsessed with me. Henry, I'm all Henry ever thinks about. Henry is always, you don't have to do that. You can literally be like, Henry is the easiest for me to manifest. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's obsessed with me, right? So you only have to say his name in the beginning, and then you can go about your affirming or whatever you're saying to yourself. And then you'll notice that your SP will start to conform. Okay? That's how that works. You have a butterfly in your living room? How awesome. What up, Tyrese? Okay, so what the fuck was I talking about before I went in? What up, Fatim? Thanks, Tyrese. Love you. What was I fucking talking about? It will come to me. Before I go back to Christine's question. I forgot. I didn't forget. I just know it'll come to me. When it comes to me, it will come to me. Come to me. That's right, Irene. I love that. Anyone who comes between me and my manifestations end up helping me unintentionally. They always do. They always do. Mm-hmm. I love how people think that we're witches around here. Good, Miss Lums. Good. I actually have them on a post of mine. I'll put more on there. I actually have them on a post of mine for wallpapers for your phone. Lex. Did you like it? I am very hood. Just kidding. But I love that people think that we're witches around here. I'm just like, I mean, I guess that if that's what you want to call it. I mean, who am I to change your assumption? I don't really care what you call it. I call it the law of get your shit. The law of leverage meets the law of get your shit. That's what we do around here. But I'm telling you, well, yes for karma. Yes, the call is still on. But can you send me a message? Like a text? Because the link should be the same. I should have just slid your card over. Okay, so the link shouldn't have changed. But if you could just send me a message, that'd be amazing. So I can check. Because I know I had to reschedule 2 calls yesterday. For reasons thus not to be mentioned on TikTok. But one of them I slid automatically. The other one I did not. Whoops. But I want to make sure that the time doesn't impede either, okay? Because I don't want to cut your time. All right. Alrighty. We're going to get ready to do the methods in a short, hot little minute. Okay? Like you can get annoying neighbors to shut up or leave you alone. But in my opinion, it depends on the annoying neighbor. I had annoying neighbors, but they were my daily dose of tea. So I was like, I love a good drama if it ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? I live my life drama free. I do not have the time for it. Okay, I'll take a look at it. I do not have the time for it. Like, I don't do drama. It's exhausting. The thought of drama sounds exhausting. It doesn't sound exhausting. Not to some of you bitches, because some of you bitches love that shit. That's what I did, baby. That's what I did, although I do miss that. It's about the only thing I miss, is hearing them yell at each other. What I don't miss is their fucking little daughters that acted like no one lived near them. And they'd scream to each other across the parking lot. I'd be like, can you shut the fuck up? No one wants to hear screaming children at 7 a.m., if you know what I mean. I need a little bit of time, to get up. Affirmation to stop the hand to mouth smoking, is it anxiety? No, it's like negative thoughts. It's just something you're used to. It's literally just something you're used to. It's not anxiety, because if you think about it, like you don't only smoke when you're anxious. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not the anxiety. It's just a habit. It's just a habit, or a lot of people will tell you it's an addiction, which makes it harder to quit. If you keep identifying things as something like that, versus I've always had a non-addictive personality, where it's like things that I do, it's 100% purely by choice. Because I could stop at any time. So if I choose not to, it's just because I choose not to. Yeah, because my mom will be like that. You're addicted. Addicted to fucking what? So I'm not addicted to shit. There's lots of things. I used to do drugs. A long time ago. like in my early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Which amazed some of my friends because I was never, I'm not talking weed, okay? And I ain't talking that hard shit either. But I used to do them. My friends were amazed because they were like, Jen, because I was always like anti that shit. But I was going through something in my personal life. And at that time, this is where I'm writing the book, Breaking Recovery. Because it's not the first time you did the substance, it's what you were going through. And the emotion attached to the substance. Which is why people stress eat. Which is why when people are sad, they want certain foods, right? Like oftentimes when you're sad, what do you gravitate towards? Sweets. You know why? Because when you were a kid and you were having a bad day, what did your parents do? That's all right, honey, let's go get some ice cream. Right? So they attach the emotion to a substance. Right? It's the worst programming that we do for birthdays, for celebrations. It's the worst program. And now it's even worse, right? Because when we were kids, what the fuck did we have for a birthday celebration? I had a homemade cake. Nowadays, those cakes, first of all, can we discuss the atrocity of how much they charge for fucking cakes? They're like $180. And I mean, it's a dope cake, don't get me wrong. But that shit is filled with so much goddamn sugar because now they got the extra hard layer on the outside, you know? And all that shit. Then the worst thing now we have is candy bars. First of all, do you know how expensive that fucking candy bar is? That's why whenever I go to a birthday party, I always load up on that shit. I help them out. Okay? I go and get the bags, and I'm like, fuck yeah, load that shit up. Bring the big purse, you know what I'm saying? Bring the big purse. And then go back and then you gotta go hit that shit up first. And then you go back later because nobody realizes that you're already there before. I got this shit all figured out. Because candy bars are fucking expensive. I only know because when I threw my brother and our friend, their birthdays were like a couple days apart. So I threw them a joint birthday party. And I'm like, we'll have an 80s candy bar. First of all, I didn't have all the glass shit for the candy bar. So I had to go to like Hobby Lobby and go get all the glassware, which that shit was expensive. Still got that shit because I was like, we ain't throwing that shit away at all. So I had all that, so that was expensive. Then the candy because you got to fill the shit up. Hundreds of dollars in candy bars. So I very much appreciate when I go places. I load that shit up. You got me fucked up. I'm taking chocolate covered pretzels. What you got? Cake pops. I don't even need them, but I'll go ahead and take one. Oh man, can't take me anywhere. We went to Mongolian barbecue. My dad will not let me live this down. They have a very strict like you can't take it to go type shit. I used to always bring Tupperware, right, and get a side to go. And I would always, successful all the time. I was successful every time I did this. And then one time, the guy was like, I saw you. My dad was mortified. And I was like, oh, I'd be happy to pay for that. And he was like, yeah, he goes, I have to charge you for that. $5. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll bring Tupperware again next time. Catch me again, because I don't want to pay $5 for my to-go. My dad's like, we can never come here again. What does it mean if I got movement, but now it went away again? I don't think I thought wrong. You persist forward, Jillian. Okay? You persist forward. You have to understand. Okay? You guys have to understand that it depends on where you're at with your SP. Okay? Because let's think logically speaking here. You guys worry about so much on like, I got movement, but then it went away again. How do you know that? How do you know that? Okay? What person, unless you're with your SP or you're consistently talking with SP, right? And things are progressing towards relationship with SP, okay? In what logical mind do you think that while you're manifesting for your SP. You get a little movement, then you don't hear anything. Then they're like, hey, so I know we really haven't talked, but I just want to let you know. I know we haven't talked, like we've been in no contact, but I just want to let you know that I've been thinking about you today. All right, bye. Oh, hey, yeah, I just want to let you know that I was just talking to my family about you and our relationship today. All right, I just wanted to let you guys know that. All right, yeah, okay, cool, bye. Oh, hey, by the way, so yeah, my cousin was just telling me that I should get back together with you. Okay, I just want to give you the update. All right, okay, cool, bye. Okay, cool, bye. Hey, by the way, I just had a dream about you the other night. I mean, I know we're still not talking in the 3D, but I just want to give you all these updates. In what reality does that happen? Never. But what does happen is when they come back around full force, then they're like, oh, I thought about you all the time. Yeah, I missed you a lot. Yeah, they will tell you that. They'll be like, yeah, you let me miss you. Like, I missed you. Yeah. Care to know how I know that? You know, and the reason why they say that is nothing, Jillian, nothing. This is always how it starts. Okay, this is always how it starts. Thanks, Tyrese. This is always how it starts. Okay, they do what they break pattern, and then you may not have been all messed up in your mind, but you certainly weren't disciplined either. Okay, so like they break pattern. Okay, you guys go from talking all the time to like we're talking a lot. Then all of a sudden they say they're going to call me tomorrow, and I don't hear from them. Or they said they're going to call me in the morning, and I don't hear from them. So then you're checking your phone. Well, he said he was going to call me in the morning. Why hasn't he called me? Even if he only said it once, okay? And then and it doesn't even matter if you're checking your phone. Like, that's what you guys don't realize. It doesn't even matter as long as you discipline your mind and tell you something else, something different, okay? And you say that. And then it's like, now you've extended the time. Because now you've acknowledged that he broke pattern, right? And now you're checking your phone, and in your mind, you're like, he still hasn't texted me. Like, he said he was going to text me today. I don't understand. Like, we were talking all the time, and now, right, they broke pattern. So now all you've done is extended the time. Versus if you would give yourself a different meaning, they'll confirm that meaning instead. They always confirm. That's their only job, is to confirm the meaning, okay? I experienced this, but I gave it a different meaning. Yeah, I gave it a totally different meaning, and the next day, everything was fine the entire time because I gave it a different meaning. I didn't stress about it. I didn't overthink it. I didn't worry about it. I was just like, oh, phone probably died. Lost service, like lost reception, lost something, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, his phone probably died, or he just has no service, like no reception, or whatever. That's it. They go about your day. Go about your fucking day. And then all of a sudden, they'll pop right back up and say exactly what the fuck you just told yourself. That's how that works. That's how that always works. I want to go on a boat. I do and I don't. You know what I'm saying? What I don't like about boats is it gets my hair all messy. Snaps for Ren for getting a proposal and a confession. Rainy on fire, so are you ready to get a grip? No, Shiv, you do not have to use SP's name. You don't have to use anybody's name. Okay? You literally don't have to use anybody's name. Your subconscious mind knows who you're referring to. Okay? So it's like if you want to banish gutter trash away, you don't have to know anything about her. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Lena, because every time you eat carbs, your stomach gets flatter and your ass gets fatter, baby. Okay, so you don't have to know anything about her. You don't have to know their name. You don't have to know any of that. All you have to do is say she or he, and your subconscious mind knows who you're referring to. That's how that works, okay? Same with your SP. If you're affirming or having inner conversations about your SP, your subconscious mind, again, knows who you're referring to, unless you start to notice someone else conforming. Because if that's the case, then you have to put SP's name in, and then SP will start to conform. I've tried to follow your advice. Then I have days like today, I want to reach out to him so bad it hurts. Then, okay. Let's play a little game. Nadine, you can totally do this too. Okay? Let's play a little role-playing game. So y'all can just get it out your system. Okay? Now, Nadine, plug your ears for this, okay? Because this part does not apply to you. Okay? But it's not that you can't reach out to people, okay? Amen, Lex. Snaps for Lex. She manifested her AC repair yesterday. And I love how she's equating that with her SP. That's right, bitch. That's right. Okay, so it isn't that you can't contact your SPs, okay? That's not what this is about. I hate when people say go no contact, okay? But what you have to do is control your state. You have to control your thoughts about it. Okay, you cannot contact your SP and go in desperation chase mode. You can't do that. You cannot contact your SP and confess your undying love to him. Please don't do that. And be like, oh my God, I miss you so much. I miss you so much. I wish you'd just talk to me. I wish you'd just talk to me. Like, can we just talk? Can we meet up so we can just talk about our relationship? No, you can't do that. Okay, because you're practically begging for no response or the response you don't want, okay? So you can't do that. Is it just me or do I always have, if I do it on one, like if I have an itch here and I do that, I always feel like I have to balance it out and do it here too. Even though the only itch is on this side. But, so you can't do that, okay? You can't chase. You cannot come in desperation, lack energy, and chase. On top of that, you need to discipline your mind. So if you were to send them a text today, you cannot get your fucking thoughts you cannot get your panties all in a bunch and get your thoughts all fucked up because they didn't respond. I've been left on red. They've seen it, but they didn't say shit. Okay, Jonah, you obviously are following my advice to stop taking cuts. Why do people describe their SPs as an avoidant? For what? Okay, avoidant is exactly that. An avoidant wants to avoid you. Okay, the term avoidant has been very distorted over time because as long as you identify them as an avoidant, then they avoid you. They can't talk to you because they're avoiding you. Duh. It's like all in the name, okay? Now, what I find interesting about the term avoidant is why you call them an avoidant. That's what actually I find interesting, is because I was talking to someone, I think it was yesterday, but yeah, so they'll say like, they'll call them an avoidant because they don't like conflict. How the fuck is that a problem? You shouldn't like conflict either. So now you're calling them an avoidant because they avoid conflict. Well, isn't that a good thing? Diddy, I don't even know what you're talking about. He doesn't avoid me. He just doesn't want to be together. Yes, he does. He knows that he absolutely wants to be with me. He absolutely wants to be together. He knows this. He knows he absolutely wants to be together. I know he wants to be together. He knows we want to be. He wants to be together. Period. Okay, but that's typically why. Because I'll ask you guys, like, if they'll say he's an avoidant, I'll be like, okay, well, first of all, let's stop identifying him as an avoidant, but what makes him an avoidant, right? And they'll usually be like, well, because he avoids conflict, like he doesn't like to talk about things. Well, it's probably a fucking good thing. That's not a bad fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you have to look at shit. But it's amazing at why they give you that label. And unfortunately, yeah, that is the problem when you go to therapy and you describe your SPs, then they put a label on them. Oh, they're an avoidant. But ask yourself why they came up with that conclusion. And it's usually over something stupid. Yeah, your new neighbors, Princess Peach. They're the most pleasant neighbors on the planet. In fact, they're constantly bringing me gifts. I have the best neighbors on the planet. They're constantly bringing me gifts. Man, they are constantly bringing me gifts. And they are so quiet. They are so damn quiet. They love to mind their own business. All my neighbors love to mind their own business. Oh. What are you talking about, Tyler? I just saw your message. Yes, I can help with the breakup affirmation. I need to know what they said during the time of the breakup. Yeah, the worst programming, Tracy, the worst programming AA could ever do is have people continuing to identify themselves as an alcoholic. It's the worst programming ever. Yeah, Jesus Christ, Bev, you're not even going to be able to stand anymore. You're just going to like stand up and fall over. He's talking to he's talking to gutter trash, did he, huh? Now I'll answer this question, then I got to do the photo method. Oh, he's talking to gutter trash, is he? You don't want a divorce. Good. Stop acknowledging divorce. Okay? Stop acknowledging divorce. And he's talking to gutter trash. You want, obviously, to work things out. Did. Most people do, right? But here's the good thing. Diddy, it only takes one to save a marriage. Okay? It only takes one to save a marriage. And so you need to banish gutter trash to the dumpster she crawled out of. Okay? One, you cannot see her. Flash, we're going to have to work on this one too, so remind me on our call, okay? Okay, so when it comes to marriage, it's a bit different than gutter trash in a relationship. I mean, it is, but it isn't, okay? The process is the same. That's not what I'm referring to. But one, you have to know that, one, you can't see them as being an obstacle, a reason why you're not with your SP, okay? The reason why you're not with your husband or your wife, okay? But two, you also, this is why I want you to remind me, Flashing, but two, you also cannot see them as the reason for your marriage falling apart, for them leaving the marriage or wanting to leave the marriage or wanting a divorce. You can't see them. It's like a twofold. See what I'm saying? So like people in an actual, like a regular relationship, right? You can't see gutter trash as an obstacle standing in between you and your SP. Okay. That's the only thing for you. For anyone who's married, it's a twofold. So one, you can't see gutter trash as an obstacle standing in between your SP. That still stands. But you also cannot see gutter trash as the reason for the demise of your marriage, for your husband or wife leaving. So it's a twofold there when it comes to that, because it keeps divorce right in play. If you're viewing the reason for the divorce, because here's the thing, when gutter trash enters the equation, if you're married and gutter trash enters the equation, or gutter trash is the reason why they left, there's more to gutter trash that you have to overcome, okay? Because if you view gutter trash as the reason why your husband or wife wants a divorce, as breaking up your marriage, we have to change that. Because it keeps divorce right in play unless you've decided that gutter trash has to go today. Okay? So there's a bit of a different play twist there to overcome. But start with banishing gutter trash. Anna, how do you stay in the identity of staying on the pedestal and not SP? It's how you see yourself. It's where everything is the Anna show. Okay? It's like it's all about me, right? That's how you do that, is you rave about yourself. Everything is about you. Everything is about you. You see they're active on TikTok. Of course they are, because they're on my profile right now. They're only active to see if I'm online. Right? Of course they want to see if I'm online. Right? You see them active, like let's say you guys talk on WhatsApp and you see them online on WhatsApp. Instead of being like, who's he talking to? Oh, of course he's on WhatsApp, but he's not talking to me. You know, instead it's like, look at him checking out my picture on WhatsApp. Of course he is. He just wants to see if I'm online. He just wants to see what I'm talking to. You know, you see him on social media, because this is usually where you guys always react. It should all be about you. He's only online because he wants to see if I'm online. Yeah, because he's going down my profile rabbit hole right now, because he likes all my fucking stories. All my stories. I know. I stopped putting and a lot of times that active shit isn't real. But I stopped opening up Facebook on like my desktop, because one, I can't stand that it opens the messages automatically. I think that's rude. Because now people are like, oh, so you could read my message. No, bitch, it opened it up on my desktop. I didn't even see the message. You know what I'm saying? And second of all, it shows that I'm active 24/7 when I have not even been on Facebook and I don't even know how long. My daughter says you're old if you're on Facebook. So because of that, it's like, but you have to toot your own horn. Everything's about you. Whatever they post, I don't give a fuck what they post. Look at them posting to just get my attention. They made that post just for me. They wanted me to see that post because they look at him all looking good. Look at him looking all good for me. Everything is about you. Them communicating with you. Okay? Them communicating with you. So see her differently, Diddy. Okay? See them differently. You talk, you live together, you just want us to be together again. Yeah, okay, cool. So then see them differently. See them as perfect husband, perfect wife, and they will conform. He would never choose anybody over you. He would never choose anybody over me. I'm a once-in-a-lifetime partner, and he knows that. This comes down to how you see yourselves. Because nobody you would ever feel threatened by. You wouldn't. You would never view anybody as an obstacle between you and your SP. You wouldn't be jealous of, you wouldn't be jealous no bitch. You wouldn't be jealous no nothing. Nothing. Nobody would be a problem. You wouldn't be talking about them. You wouldn't be breathing life into that shit. You wouldn't, nope, none of that. If you didn't feel threatened by them. Unless it's me, of course, because everyone should feel threatened by me. But that's how it is. You guys wouldn't be going through half this shit. We're going to save this. We're going to pin this shit. And I'm going to write. I'm going to give you guys something to do. We're going to have a little fun role-playing session today. Not here on live. But, it'll be something that you guys are going to do to get your, like, I want to talk to them right now shit out of your fucking thing, okay? And I'm going to give you a task to do. But then after we do this energy and cord cutting right now, then I'm going to fucking yell at you because I don't understand what the problem is. I don't understand what the problem is. My goal here is to empower you, to get you to get your shit, to get you back with your SP, but then to feel like you are completely unstoppable, to get anything you've ever wanted in your life. But you care to guess what the key to that for everything is? So, sure, Peach. So, we are going to get into that after this. So stick around so that I can yell at you and nail it into your fucking brains. So that maybe you might, listen. Dead serious though, bitches. Dead serious. Plus I'm going to tell you something that I want you guys to do today. And then I'm going to give you guys something to do with the photo method. Okay? Okay. Now, get in a nice comfy place, okay? Now, get in a nice comfy place. And while you do that and get a little comfortable, allow me to reintroduce myself real quick in case you are new here. I am your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else in your life to work in your favor, including the words coming out of your fucking SP's mouth. I already know that sounds good to you, so click that follow button, bitch. Okay? I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, I always put them on the tube of the U. So while you're there, subscribe, watch them, implement what I tell you to do. I am here to never tell you what you want to hear, but always tell you what you need to hear, and sometimes kick your ass. I'm going to do after this fucking techniques when you get out of line, because my job is to help you do things differently in your life so you evolve, you become a better person to society and to yourself, and get your shit. And get your shit. It's less about techniques. It's less about all this shit and a lot more that has to do with you. Okay? Which we're going to get into. Also, hold on. Just came up with a video idea. There we go. I manifested my boyfriend from no contact to living with me in only 4 weeks. And I have mastered, I did it the first time around in 4 weeks, but I have now mastered it, cut it down to half the time. Okay? If you do what I fucking tell you to do, you know what I'm saying? If you're to have me manifest your SP for you and you want to hit the easy street and just not worry about the shit, then click the link in my bio. I also offer one-on-one coaching. I am the low price leader in the coaching space, so I can help as many people as possible get their SPs back. Okay? It's not exclusive to SPs. If you want to know business success, money, whatever it is, I have one-on-one coaching for that shit. Okay? We're also going to help you manifest gutter trash right about the scene if you want to hire me to manifest gutter trash out your scene. Okay? Also, we also text coaching, WhatsApp coaching. We have a WhatsApp community where you also get advice in there. As well, and you can get inspired by all the success stories that pop off every fucking day there too, other than on this live. Okay, Also, I am going to be increasing the prices of the hypnosis audios, probably SP songs. We just threw it out there because we want to see if anyone's interested. And clearly you are. So you may want to get yours now, where we'll recreate your SP story plus curate you a custom song for your SP. And you can use it for gutter trash or self-concept as well. Okay? Or any fucking thing else. Doesn't really matter. Okay? It is curated in your language, by the way, in case you're curious about that. It is curated in your language. They sound nice, but we don't know what they're saying because, we don't speak your language. But anyway, so get all that shit now. All right? Okay, let's just get your shit. All right. Now that you're comfy, because Bevy's comfy, so as long as Bevy's comfy, you're all comfy. In case you didn't know. So I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to let go of the worry, the overthinking, the anxious thoughts, the fear, the negativity, the doubt. Let it all go for just a little bit. Relax yourself, relax your mind, calm your mind. Now I want you to imagine that you're in a giant amphitheater. It's dark outside. There's no one there but you. And you're sitting in the middle of this amphitheater, and in front of you is a giant stage. And on this stage, there's a single stage light that goes from the ceiling down to the center of the stage. Now I want you to adjust your focus to that stage light for just a moment. And as you stare into the stage light, you start to notice and get a feeling that you're actually not alone. Instead, you notice that off in the distance, in the back of the stage, out of the light, a dark, shadowy figure. And as you start to adjust your focus to the dark, shadowy figure, you start to notice that that person is your SP. Now I want you to say your SP's name, and I want you to ask them to come to the center of the stage and into the light. Do that now. Now as your SP walks into the light, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features. And you also notice a gold cord that runs from the center of your third eye directly into their third eye. And as you look at your SP, I want you to ask your SP these 2 questions, and I want you to hear them respond. If you can hear their voice, great. If you cannot, that's okay too. I want you to ask your SP right now, do you support me? Hear them tell you, yes. Now I want you to ask your SP, do you love me? Also hear them tell you, yes. Now I want you to say these 4 phrases to your SP. This time, you're not going to hear them respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at your SP right now, and I want you to tell your SP, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to reach up with your hands as if it's a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut the gold cord that runs directly from the center of your third eye only, leaving the gold cord fully intact when it comes to your SP's third eye. And as the gold cord falls to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand, and I want you to grab the roots of that gold cord and just pull them out of your third eye and toss them aside. And as the gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And they get farther and farther, and they get smaller and smaller. And they get farther and farther. And they get smaller and smaller. And they get farther and farther. And they get smaller and smaller and farther and smaller until they just disappear. Now take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth and open your eyes. Alrighty. Welcome back. What you did is you just cleared the energy connection with your SP, okay? You're not cutting them out of your life. You are literally just cleansing that energy. So there's no more stale energy, no more unwanted energy. Snap to Jupbina. Okay, there's no more stale energy. There's only clean energy, fresh energy. Energy that's good for you and SP instead of all that built up energy from your past relationship. Now you can start fresh, right? A fresh start is exactly that. Fresh energy, fresh starts. Okay, so that's exactly what you did. I did this with an ex that I hadn't talked to in 8 years. Within 72 hours, he called me and he was like, "Hey, I was just thinking about you. How you doing?" I was like, "Woo." Okay. Excuse me, I burp on the phone with you. But I've had numerous people do this exercise and their SP reached out to them very, very quickly. Okay. So it's very, very powerful. As long as you, and so you do need to know that you did pop into their mind, or you will pop into their mind very, very soon, because there's just something about when you cut the energy between you and your SP that you just pop into their mind. Okay. All right. Now get the photos of your SPs out. Yeah. Gang stalkers. What the hell's a gang stalker, Danielle? Okay. So now you got your picture of your SP out. Sweet Susan, you're gonna love that shit, by the way. All right, so now you've got your picture of your SP out. Okay. So now let's get you some contact. Joshua, of course you can, my friend. Links are in my bio. Links are in my bio. Okay. Links are in my bio. So I know what you didn't say. What the fuck are you talking about, buddy? Okay. So I'm good at it. All right, Joshua. So now that you've got your picture of your SPs out, now let's get you some contact, okay? Now, here's the thing. I need you guys to start thinking differently, okay? Oh, no. So I need you guys to really, really, really start thinking differently, okay? Because you need to start understanding, this is where I'm going to bitch you out for this, because self-concept is a lot. And it's not so much self-concept, but it's self-love. Because if you love yourself, then you respect yourself. You think highly of yourself, right? You don't worry about the things coming out of people's mouths. You don't get your feelings in a fucking little bunch. All that shit. Okay? You don't get affected by the outside world. This is where haters will hate. Haters only hate because you're doing something right. Okay? They view you as a threat because they see in you what they don't see in themselves. So you need to get a grip. Okay? Okay. So, that sounds awful, Moon Traveler. That sounds terrible. Okay, so I want you right now to start putting yourself on that pedestal. I need you guys to start seeing yourself differently. I want you to go right back now to the version of you that you were in the beginning of your relationship with your SP. Because the fact is, you changed over the course of your relationship. You started having insecurities within yourself. You started changing your identities to the point where it's almost like you have this, for lack of better terms, obsession with your SP, where it's like, I can't live without you type shit. Get the fuck, are you serious right now? No. You need to go back and know that to that person that you were when you first met your SP, where you were living life. Okay? You were just living life on your terms. You didn't answer to a goddamn person. Nobody told you about yourself. You didn't need somebody to make you feel better about yourself. Okay? About what, baby? Okay? You didn't need to do none of that shit. Okay? You just knew who you were. Okay, your who you were wasn't validated. Sure, do we like a little ego boost? Sure, but we didn't need somebody to tell us about who the fuck we were. Okay, you had a confidence about you and a surety about you. You need to go back and be that confident, badass bitch or man again. One who, sure, when you met your SP, maybe you wanted to be with your SP. Yeah, no, we're not doing that, baby. Not doing that. We should cap it like once a week unless something great happens to me. You know what I'm saying? Something great happens to me then, of course. Whenever I decide I'm manifesting something and it comes quickly, because everything I manifest comes quickly, then we will. But not 2 days in a row. Oh, hold on here. Here we are. Okay, so I need you to understand, okay, that you had that person. Sure, when you met your SP, sure, you wanted to be with your SP, but you certainly didn't need to be with your SP. You know what I'm saying? Tap into that version of you again. Remind yourself of who the fuck you were. And become that version of you again. Because then you won't think about things from... Thanks, baby. Because then you won't think about the things that they've said to you. You wouldn't be moping around fucking town all in your goddamn fucking feelings about shit. You wouldn't be waiting for them to contact you. You wouldn't be waiting and wondering if they want to be with you. You wouldn't be waiting for shit. Tap into that version of you right now. You tell yourself right now that I am absolutely perfect. He or she knows that I am the perfect girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. Say it. Period. Now, I want you to fast forward in your relationship to when everything in your relationship was absolutely amazing. And I want you to, when they were checking all the boxes, everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. Hey, hold on a second, guys, okay? Pause for 1 minute, please. 1 second. that from this point forward, no other version of your SPA exists except for perfect wife. have been in contact the entire you about. This is how it works. Okay. So leverage so what to do. They have And the way you expect what you want is knowing. That's all that unless you decide you're Okay. You want them with your wife. Okay? You guys are going to have a little chatty chat today with them. Okay? That's right, baby. That's right. He's bringing you flowers on roses, specific roses on your way home. Visualize him. If you can visualize him walking through the door with the roses you want. 5 second scene. Loop it, 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 loop it. Okay? Okay. So you guys need to have a confidence level about you, okay? You need to know what your shit is. You don't need to wait for someone to tell you what your shit is. You don't need to wait for someone to tell you how they feel about you, what they want from you, or if they want to be with you, if they're going to text you, if they're going to call you, none of that, okay? When you know who the fuck you are, they also know who you are. So you need to stop reacting. You need to stop getting your feelings all in a little bunch. You need to stop acting like a little whiny bitch and start acting like a lady. Start acting like a man. Grow up. Grow up. You should not be getting your feelings should not be hurt at all. Okay? You should not be sad when it comes to your SP. You should not be wondering shit. Because cry about what? Cry about what? What are you upset about? What are you upset about? When you know who you are, what kind of person you are, who you are, so do they. So do they. That doesn't change. That doesn't change. You wouldn't be so sad all the fucking time. You wouldn't be wondering. You wouldn't be getting your feelings hurt over and over and over again. You wouldn't be doing none of that shit. You wouldn't be dwelling on the past. You wouldn't be looking at them in a negative light. You wouldn't be depressed, anxious. You wouldn't feel none of that shit. Instead, you'd be getting your shit because you've decided right now that you're a bad bitch or man. And everybody wants me. I have options. Everybody wants me. I know exactly who I am. I'm the fucking prize. I am the prize. Tell yourself that now. You need to see yourself as the prize. You need to know who you are. You need to see your own worth. What you bring to the table. Because they will see that in you too. They will see that in you. It's impossible for them not to. Right now, all they're seeing is insecure, shallow version of you. But they can only see you how you see yourself. So when are you going to start seeing yourself differently? When are you going to start seeing yourself as the prize, as in demand, as the only one they want to be with? As them not being able to be without you, as them wanting nothing but to be with you for the rest of their lives, to see that that they can only see a future with you. When are you going to start to see that in yourself? Because they cannot see that in you. They cannot tell you what you want to hear until you start seeing that in yourself. So you need to tell yourself that. You need to start seeing that within yourself. You need to get a fucking grip. Yank their ass off that fucking pedestal. Put yourself on that pedestal every fucking day. It is about you and only you. Nothing else matters but you. It is your show. It is your reality. This is your movie. You're going to let somebody come and tell you what your shit is in your reality, in your movie? Stop allowing yourself to be the victim. Stop allowing yourself to be bullied over and over and over again and victimized over and over and over again. It's never my fault. It's everybody else's fault. No, it's fucking not. It's yours. So you need to grow up. Act like an adult. And get a grip. Do you understand? Because you're doing this to yourself, and I don't understand why. Nobody should determine your worth. Nobody. Except for you. So get it together. And get it together right now. Right now. Because that is the only way you're going to get anything and everything that you want. This is far beyond. I told you. This is far beyond SPs. How the fuck do you expect to get money if you don't believe you're worth anything? How do you expect to go get a job? How do you expect to get a promotion if you don't think you're good enough? How do you expect to get anything if you're constantly downplaying yourself? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. And start uplifting yourself. Start empowering yourself. Instead, do you understand? Because that's the only way to get what you want in life, in general. It's all within you. So stop feeling defeated. Stop giving your power away to everything and everybody. I tell you guys, every day you give your power away. You give your power away to higher powers, the universe. You give your powers away to your SPs. You give your powers away to your boss, your friends, your family, every fucking body. You're constantly giving your power away by letting people, society, by strangers. You guys give your power away to everybody. By letting their words affect you. By letting the things that they say change you. Taint your thoughts. Control you. Why? You know somebody on the internet tell you what your shit is? You know how stupid that sounds? Do you know how fucking stupid that sounds? You don't even know them. And yet somebody says something that hurts your feelings on the fucking internet. What? I don't fucking think so. It takes consistency. It takes you evolving. I tell you guys, this is not about your SPs. It's about you. You becoming a better version of yourself for no one but you. So that you can get real comfortable in knowing who you are. Not letting other people, not seeing other people as above you. Period. I don't give a fuck who it is. The president, your king, your queen, they ain't above your ass. No, they're not. Your boss ain't better than you either. Nope, not that either. No one is better than you. You need to start seeing that within yourself. You need to know who the fuck you are. Stop letting everybody tell you who the fuck you are. Because that's what you do. You let everybody tell you who you are. We've been programmed to do this our entire lives. Your parents tell you who the hell you are. Doctors tell you who you are. Police tell you who you are. Friends tell you who you are. Strangers on the fucking internet tell you who you are. Co-workers tell you who you are. Your boss tells you who you are. Your SPs tell you who you are. Do I need to go on? Everybody is constantly telling you who the hell you are. You need to start telling yourself who you are and reject everything else. Reject it all. Unless it's coming from you. I tell you guys, the biggest gift you can give yourself is by controlling your own beliefs. Instead of letting everybody else push their beliefs onto you. If it's not your own belief, reject it. If it's not what you want to hear, reject it. Period. You need to look at that 3D like, bitch, what? I don't think so. No. You're no longer going to let the 3D affect your thoughts. You're going to have your thoughts control the 3D, not the other way around. Stop reacting. Your inner conversations, the ones that you've been having so naturally all the time through your entire life, has always been indicative of the 3D. That's why you have inner conversations. You've been doing them all your life on autopilot because it's based on what's in your 3D. That's why you have them. But you know this now. So because you know this now, you need to control that. By controlling your inner conversations, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear. I don't fucking think so. Fuck you, not today, bruh. Not today. I'm the only one that tells me what my shit is going to be. Not anybody else. So stop allowing people to do it to you. Stop allowing people to push their shit onto you. When you are the one in control. You are the one in control. So control it. Stop digging for shit that you don't want to see. Stop doing all that stupid shit. Stop doing it now. It isn't helping you. It is not helping you. It is hurting you. It's hurting you in all kinds of ways. Fuck your manifestation for a second. It hurts your feelings, for fuck's sake. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that to yourself? You know that's stupid. So get a grip. Get a grip. The only one that should be telling you what your shit is and how you feel is you. The only one in control of your feelings is you. It's not anybody else. Okay? Okay. There we go. Now, you're going to have a little chat, so you guys don't have to worry about, oh, Jen, I want to contact my SP so bad. I want to contact my SP so bad. I can't stop contacting my SP, this, that, and fucking third. And I just want to force a 3D so bad, so fucking bad, so bad. No. So instead, you're going to leverage the photo. They're going to leverage their photo. Okay, you're going to tell yourself something different. Okay, so I want you to leverage their photo and talk to them. Talk to them about how you feel about them, how you know they feel about you, all that shit. What your shit's going to be. I want you to talk to them and toot your own horn today. Thanks, the feminine. Toot your own horn today. And be like, this is how I feel about you. I know this is how you feel about me. You know this is how you know this is how you feel about me. And you know this is what you want. Together. Together forever. I have no idea when the fuck the full moon is. When is the full moon? It's cloudy here, so it's not like we know here in California unless you see it on the internet because you can't see shit. You know, I always wondered that. I always wondered that this is where the spirituality community always never explained it and would get me all thinking shit. Because I'd be like, well, how do I put my moon water out? And how do I have the moon recharge my crystals if I can't see the moon because it's cloudy? Yes, you have to talk to the moon water. I did all that shit. I am in Southern California, Orange County. You know what I'm saying? So I always, moon water, girl. You know what that is? You're supposed to. It's got to be a glass container. You got to put some water in it. Okay? And then you got to talk to it. And then you put it outside and let the moon charge the water. Because water has, I was just about to say that shit, it's easy, because water has vibration. There's vibration in the water. And so then it charges it. We are aligned. It charges it, and then when you're done, then you drink the water. Well, Taylor, how are you gonna do the moon water and then not drink the water? Aren't you supposed to drink the water? You had your man do the moon water with you. Oh, thank you for the moon calendar. Yes, it is a strawberry moon tonight. Although I'm telling you, I don't know if you have to be like in the middle of nowhere where there's like no street lights, which is not possible where we live. But every time I look at the moon, that should always look the same goddamn color. It never looks red, blue, strawberry. I guess strawberry's red, right? I don't fucking know. It always looks the same. It always looks the same. I never see anything different. Oh yeah, the naked moon dance tonight. Ooh. And do the naked moon dance. You guys gonna light your red candle? Do the candle match. Since we're all witchy around here. Oh, what the fuck, Irene? Really? Well, then when they're saying it's strawberry moon, then they shouldn't be putting the color of the goddamn moon. Because, you know, when they say like it's a strawberry moon, the moon picture, like when they're giving the description of it, the picture of the moon looks strawberry color. That's false advertising. Oh man, I'm telling you guys, we got to get a grip around here. Okay, you guys need to get a grip, and you need to start here. Okay, you really need to start here in your thoughts. Okay, because it's so importante. It's muy importante for you to get a grip. Okay, where do you live? In the middle of fucking nowhere, Tiana? Just go to the Dollar Tree, bitch. They got the pillars right there. They're sold out everywhere. Oh, my candle spell got out. It's breaking news. Somebody shared it in a big community, and they went and all took all the candles. Somebody went and bought them all up. They're like, it's breaking news now. It's going viral. It's going viral. Oh man, well at least I look good on that brochure, right? Thanks, MKD. Anyway, I do have to jet 15 minutes early today, guys. I gotta call Bevy before I have these coaching calls. Damn, Tiana. Damn. The spot. Hobby Lobby. Check out Hobby Lobby. Oh man. All right, I got to jet. I got to call Bevy before I get on my coaching calls today. Calendar's filling up fast. All right. I will text you back. Bevy. Money well spent. Hoarding them around. Oh man, too bad I already got mine. I love each and every one of you. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, you can always catch it on the tube of the U. I manifested my boyfriend from no contact to living with me in only 4 weeks. I'm here to help you do the same, and I'm good at it. If you want me to manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one so you can figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio or description if you're watching on the tube of the U. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, links are also in the bio. I mean, all links implies exactly that shit, right? I figure that's exactly what it is. Love you too, Irene. And yes, we do SP stories, gutter trash stories, self-concept stories, songs to match, all the galores. And we also have hypnosis audios and guided meditation. So grab yourself some shit so you can get your shit. You know what I mean. Thanks, Lex girlfriend. Okay, you know what I mean. All right, now do it. I want you to talk to their photo tonight, and I want you just to talk to them. Okay, talk to them. Let it out. All right. All right. I love each and every one of you besties, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.